Hey, what's happening, y'all? What's good? What's good? What's happening? Happy Friday. Welcome to Trailblazers with your host, me, Frederick Beatty. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys could have been anywhere else, but you guys are right here rocking out with us, and we most definitely appreciate that very, very much. So, do I got a show for you guys tonight. I got a show for you guys tonight. But before we even get into all of that, man, the song that you just heard is called Crossroads. It was a track that I actually produced. Well, not produced, but I actually created. And then I decided to use it in the video you guys just saw. Um, the track has a sentimental value to me, but we'll talk about that at a later time. But right now, look, we got a treat for y'all tonight, man. We really do got a treat for y'all tonight. And before y'all can do anything else, man, please do me a favor, like us or like and follow us on all our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we are on IG. I mean, but Instagram, IG, same thing. We're on LinkedIn, and we're also streaming on all audio. We're also streaming on your favorite audio streaming platform, whether that's Apple iTunes, whether that's Amazon Music, whether that's Spotify, whether that's iHeartRadio, we are there. So make sure you tune into us wherever you guys can catch us. We most definitely appreciate your listenership and your viewership. We do appreciate that. So without any further delay, man, let's get into this thing right here, man. This lady right here. First of all, I'm excited to have her return back to TrailBlazerz Radio. The first time you guys heard this prolific lady right here, she came to us when she was on the audio version. We were doing strictly audio, and we premiered. We did two tracks with her. We talked about her music and things of that nature and everything, and her contribution to the Houston, Texas music scene. Now we're going to revisit that same conversation because it's been a couple of years since me and this young lady had our conversation, and a lot has changed since then. A whole lot has changed since then. So first and foremost, let me just introduce this young lady because she really doesn't need an introduction, but I'm gonna give the best one that I know how to do. First of all, this lady has been in the hip hop game for over 20 years. She's also an author. She's a mother. She's a grandmother. Like I said, she's been in this hip hop game for over 20 years. She's a 20-year veteran of this hip hop thing, and she's been on features with cats like with Face Meek and so many other people that's in the Houston, Texas hip hop scene. She proudly represents Houston, Texas. Man, let me bring none other than Hershe Da Lyricist up into this piece, y'all. My sister,
Yeah. How you doing?
represent H-Town.
All day, every day. Yeah.
Ah,
So
man, I'm good. How are you?
I am good.
I'm
Um,
glad. How's this Friday treating you?
this Friday is real smooth for me. It's slow boogie. I'm enjoying it. I have a big
No,
day tomorrow, so yeah.
look, I know, right? So I just want to tell you that I saw that video that you did of when you woke your grandson up. That was
Mm,
that was all love. I love that, man. That was the,
yeah.
the way you woke him up, and then the smile he had as he was getting up going to brush his teeth. That's priceless right there.
Yeah, that kind of really ties into your conversation piece, with what you were focusing on. And I really try to do that as much as I can for him because, that's a little young black male navigating this world with no mother. So,
Ooh. Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that off camera. So I mean, and that's something I know you and I. That's something that we both share, but also it's kind of like something that we both fight for too.
right,
And that fight has not come without a share of losses and victories. I mean,
right.
you celebrate the victories, but you also learn from the losses.
Yeah, you do. But yeah, that was my way of just getting them going. Like, come on.
Oh
Which
yeah,
nobody
man.
Bill Withers, boy. Yeah.
he don't know nothing about that. He don't know nothing
You
about
know
that.
what? That's the thing though, because you really probably not, probably don't pay attention to it at the time that you're doing it. But my household was always filled with music, always different genres. I would sing to my children. My oldest son, he would not go to sleep unless I played the entire Backstreet album by David Sanborn. And to this day, he loves jazz. He like,
There
Mama, you
you
got
go.
any jazz, baby? I was like, what? Okay. Yeah. So that influence, he probably has heard it. His mama probably played it, or he was around somewhere. But I think he knew the song strictly by commercials too. They bring a lot of old stuff back,
So okay,
classic stuff back.
so talking about that, would you say that your musical influence goes back to the old school?
Oh yeah, yeah, yes, 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 yes. Think about it. Something in the oven.
Yeah,
That's
that
one. That's that good old vibe where you can be having a good family gathering. Anybody can listen to it. Your daughter, your mama, your grandmother. There's some music that no, the grandchildren cannot listen to that, but it's not oversaturated. I think there has to be a certain quantity of just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So I like to include a lot of old school things into my music.
I noticed that because a lot of a lot of music I hear from you now, especially a lot of the features, they have this real cool vibe to it, almost like let your top down on the Pacific Coast Highway and roll out to, and
Because there's so much content that you have. With I like to call it classic. It's not old. Like that's just good classic music. Those make for the best samples. I mean, I know you know what I'm talking about because
oh yeah,
you didn't dabble with the music, so you know what I'm talking about. And those are some of the best classics.
oh
So
yeah.
yeah, that's the one good way to definitely incorporate the old school into your music.
Man, look, I know as a child, I remember waking up to Confunction and the
Mm-hmm.
whispers on a Saturday morning, and the moment you hear all that stuff and you smell bleach, oh, it's
You
time to
already
get
know
up and
it's
let's
time to
go.
just get up. You're gonna
Yep.
clean up and you're gonna feel good about it. Let's
Yeah,
go.
man. Look, and I was in, I we were I know I was introduced to that music like at a very early age, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like 8, 9, 10 years old. We like,
Yeah.
dang.
Because
And to
my
see
house, my household was like that growing up. It was
yeah,
just filled.
mine's too. But now I wish I could take it back to that, but because I know our kids probably be like looking at it like, "What's that? Y'all don't know about that, youngster."
But
Y'all-
I think, but see, that's the thing about influence. Like those things that we think they're not paying attention to. Like my grandson doesn't know what he's gonna hear sometimes, and I was playing John Coltrane, and then I backdoored and I was playing Miles Davis. And so he heard it, and he's in band now. Like this is his first year in middle school. So he was like, "Granny, what's the song that you was playing?" I was like, "By who? By Miles Davis?" He's like, "Yeah," and I played it for him. And then he put it into his little school thing. I was like, "Look at you, making me proud." Like, yeah.
exactly,
Because
exactly.
you had 5 year girls talking about Pound Town and ski. So that was really refreshing. I was like, thank God. Yeah.
And that segue right to one of the things I did want to talk to you about, man, because I know we talked about this a while, but like a couple of years ago, you know, because these, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Uh,
What I don't know what do you call this music that's out right now, especially with the younger generation of women, the women hip hop artists that's out. What do you consider that?
we've had this discussion, and I I totally get that music has to evolve, that it's going to change. Our parents,
Right,
our parents definitely didn't have rap, not in the form that we were trying to present it to them, because it did actually exist. It was in the
right.
jazz, it was in things like that, but it just wasn't considered rap. But what? Oh, ooh. See, that's probably why I'm not mainstream, because I will get canceled because what is promoted. Let me say this: what is promoted, the majority of it is trash. It's straight up trash. Now I know there's a lot of female artists out here that are really making music. But some things, it's so evolution, yes, evolving. That is the thing that's going to take place in the music. But when did the degradation of us as women fall into line into into the concept of evolving? That's not what evolving is. That has nothing to do with it. When we first, well, I know when I first started doing music and rapping, the last thing we wanted to do was be sexualized because the dudes were not going to take you serious. You wanted to go down there and be just as dressed down as possible, fit in with the dudes, bam, run them all in circles after you finish spitting, and then they're paying attention to that. But now it's totally different. But shout out to all the female artists that do know what content consists of.
You see, you kept it fairly clean.
I mean, another glass, and it just might not stay.
It might not stay that way.
Might not stay that way, but I mean, hey, I wouldn't want mine's influenced by some of the things that they have out there. Some of the any hmm,
It's hard to explain that, huh?
because some things, the things that they I'll never forget. There was this article, and I think we talked about this the last time that we spoke with each other, and there was an article where they were talking to some business execs in the music business, and they was like, well, why you don't promote the Queen Latifahs and this, that, and he was, at that time, he was, I think it was Hoes with Attitudes that he was promoting, and he was like, because I don't see black women as that. He was like, queens and all that, that's not what we see them as. And that's why that was not something that they truly marketed. But
Yeah,
the marketing, there's definitely a price that goes along with it. And what they tend to push out there and just as the whole narrative is just really, really sickening. So that's when I came back. Well, I didn't leave, but when I came back and I just started really pursuing music again, like heavily, I wanted to go underground. I didn't want to be industry or none of that. None of that. You know.
yeah. A lot of people are happy. A lot of people are happy for that particular transition. I know that I am because I
I
mean,
can tell though, because some people, excluding you, they'll say that, but once again, that's not what they promote. Just like they go on the search engine and they put in da 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 da, and they put in da 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 da. It's just as simple and just as easy to drop in a Hershe Da Lyricist, or a Queen Lady Bishop, or Beans, or I could keep going. There's a lot of females that's doing their thing out here that really has other things to talk about because there's a ton of content. It's just
see, and you just mentioned the three ladies that I follow anyway.
yeah. So
Mentioned the three ladies that I follow anyway. And Bees is your daughter.
yeah, yeah,
Look, I done heard a couple of her things on Instagram. I think she says one thing she taught, she spit. I was like, what the world?
yes,
And,
yeah.
and I'm thinking like, because my thing is like, and this is my thing, and I think I think I said this before the first time we talked, is that it's more women like you, Queen Latifah, MC Light, Bahamadia. It's more women like y'all out here than it is the Sexy Reds and Cardi B's and all those types of. It's more women like it's more female. And see, I don't call y'all female MCs because that to me that doesn't that's not the right thing to call y'all. An MC is an MC, period, whether you're male or female.
Right.
So it's a lot of MCs that are females that out here that are spitting stuff like that. Like for me, the first time I heard a woman spit like that was first it was MC Light,
Hmm.
then it was Queen Latifah, then Yo Yo, then Modi Love, uh,
Yeah,
then then here comes Bahamadia, and I'm like, dang, these women can go.
yeah. And I mean, I am by no means a prude or, very much very conscious of the fact that sex sells. But I think that it goes back to that saying that it's not what you do, it's how you do it. There are a million, if you're a lyricist, there is a million ways to speak about pleasuring a man or about even offering him some services. You know what I'm saying? There's ways to say that without it just, yeah, the delivery. It's the delivery for me. Because as soon as I hear you about to give me a whole description of your vagina, I'm done. I was like,
What?
okay, I don't even want
I
to hear
don't
that.
want to hear that.
Yeah, as soon as you get to, they be flowing too. They be going in, da, 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 and then they be like, my, ooh. I'll be like,
Wait a minute.
lost me right there. You lost me. Come on
But
now.
I think if we're gonna really just kind of go, I mean, if we really look at it from that instance, I mean, that type of sexualization started back with Kaya and Lil Kim.
Mm.
And I guess if we're gonna kind of have a
I mean, it's
origin from
been
it.
there, but the difference was that it was not an oversaturated market of that. Like, not every female rapper, and not every female rapper that was on the scene and that you were seeing, that's not what everybody consisted of. It was a lot of balance. You know, we had good balance because, of course, you gonna have it. And it's no, man, hats off to you ladies, baby. It's just like I say, you know, if I could, I'd be walking on ceilings too, but it's just something that I just can't do. But shout out to the ladies that can, you know what I'm saying? But
Right,
when it
right.
comes to this, I think that I'm very passionate about it. And some be like, well, you're just upset. No, I am not upset. That is not the point, because I know what a trend sounds like and I know what classic sounds like. Now, it might be popping right now, but are you going to be able to pop that in 20 years later, 30 years later, still get that vibe, still be considered something that a good song? No, a lot of this is just trending. A lot of it is just because the money is there. And if you keep putting it in somebody's face, they need to see it like 9 times in order for them to want to actually tap into it. You see it a million times over and over again. You got the parents influenced by it, so now the children are influenced by it, because there's more women, mothers running around here, ski and everything else. And what you think? What do you think the daughters are going to emulate
Exactly.
when you
What
were
their
the first teacher?
moms.
Right.
Their
You-
moms. So you making music that's gonna stand the test of time.
Oh yeah, it's gonna always be this classic. It's gonna stand the test of time. Content. There's so much to rap about. It's music. It's art. There's so many ways. That's the beauty in it. You know.
But I think, but every video that I've seen you in, it's always been about, you know, it's always been that classy thing. You know, yeah,
Yeah.
yes, it's hard rhyme, it's hard rhyming, yeah, but it's class with that. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's something that I can personally get with,
Yeah. A little decorum to go along with that.
because people be like, why she don't do this?
Mm-mm.
Some women don't got to do all that.
Yeah. And I'm one of them. I'll say that I'm one of them. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know.
That ain't your cup of tea, is it?
I mean, like, I have a song. I'm sure you're familiar with Big Game Retarded. But
Yeah.
they really had the reason that came about was because I was just analyzing what was around. I was like, I'm wasting too many words. I'm putting too much thought into making good music, you know. So you throw you one out there, you know, my bitch is thick. That's, you know, you throw you one out there, you know, and it pop and it rocks and it does the thing. But at the same time, that won't be something that you have to worry about being saturated in the project that I'm going to give you. It has its time and its place. It has its sector, you know. But at the
Right.
same time, I can do a bar mitzvah, I can do a picnic, a family reunion, a wedding. You know, I can, the mayor. We shouldn't just push ourselves into one box, because it's going to be hard to come out of, or for someone to take you serious when you decide to pop up out of it.
See, and the simple fact that you make yourself diverse with that's awesome, because you can put yourself, you can put yourself in any situation and you go to excel and you go shine.
Yeah, because I think that, yeah, there's nothing that I can't rap about at all.
Look, exactly. I mean, you and your daughter, man, y'all are talented I would
She
say as hell, because God,
She's
oof,
so dope.
but
I'm
y'all are
thankful
dope, man.
out her being.
I love it. I love listening to y'all. Anytime y'all something that's out, I'll be like, let me go and put these headphones on now.
Yeah, she is so freaking awesome. I'm truly a fan. If I wasn't her mother, I because it's hard to get my you know, for me to just be like, oh, okay. And I love that part. I love that feeling when I hear female artists and I just like, I like her. I like that. I've had that experience with Sweets, with Dallas Ashley, Flowzilla. There's just certain women like Queen Bishop, Lady Queen Bishop. When I heard her, I was like, I like her. But because sometimes as an artist, you hear bad music in your face. If it's anything like mine, my face gonna tell on me. I just be like, oh, oh my God, you make it
What is
stop.
this?
But when you hear those type of female artists, it's just like, wow, I like that. And if they can get that reaction from me, oh yeah, hats off to you, sis. And that's how I feel about my daughter. I was like, I wouldn't care if I wasn't your mother. If you haven't, y'all should check out Beans. And it's the three, the E is the three. She is so dope. Yeah.
Super dope, I tell you. The one
Yeah.
thing I did not that one thing I do know that did notice with, especially what I found when I watched, what you post on social media and stuff like that. The I won't call it hate, but I will call it, well, you know what? I can't there's no other word I can you really play and put in place in that. It's just the treatment that you get in your own hometown is so lackluster.
Um, it is not. I would be lying if I said that Dallas is where the majority of my fans that I know, like personally, I've actually been there and watched this just naturally just grow. Like Dallas is a totally different scene from Houston when it comes to the art, when it comes to this music scene. And it's just totally different. Now I do have people that support, or something like that, but I think that there are more so a lot of people that might not do their research to really find out that I didn't just wake up yesterday and decide that, ooh, I want to be a 40-year-old, 40 some rapper. That did not happen. Like I actually haven't been here doing my thing, but it is what it is. And then a lot of that, it didn't just fall onto the supporters or fans, which I'm not really big on the word fan. But for people that just really take that time out and have invested themselves within my career or within knowing my music or something like that, a lot of that played on the label that we were dealing with when I was signed to
Right.
the label. I signed with them in '97, and versus actually taking us in. Now the experience was beautiful. We opened up for Jodeci, Snoop. I mean, we're traveling. It was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The monetary side didn't work out the way it should have worked out, and then it started getting
Mm,
death row-ish. So with that
right.
taking place, a lot of talent that could have just really, but we made these connections and we built these relationships with people in the industry. So versus you may have, like I tell the story a lot of times about Cliche, Miss Houston from here. A lot of people are like, well, Cliche, that's right. Because she had the right team. She knew exactly what to do, to be where she's at. She deserves to be Miss Houston. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we would have had that going on with who was over us, then oh yeah, it would have been part. But they need not take away from what we were able to do and the things that we've done. So yeah, that's all
I
that.
yeah,
And I think
I,
if we'd have got that money and we'd just blew up like that right then at that time, this would be an unsung moment.
right.
Kid you
Right.
not. It would have definitely been an unsung moment. Because oh,
Talk about lessons learned from bad
what?
business.
Ah, oh my God. Yeah.
But I know I've said this to you before. I think the choice for you to go to underground was probably to me, I think was the better choice, because now you see both sides of it. You think you probably saw it from at this angle. Now you're underground. Now you see it from this angle. Now you can combine the two and say, okay, this is what it looks like from both sides of the fence.
Yeah, because you have it's. But I love that the freedom to be able to be just as creative as you choose to be. Nobody trying to paint the image of what they want you to present yourself as, or or what music you can and you cannot make. Man, if you ain't rocking with it, you're not rocking with it. That's fine by me.
Ooh.
It's
Yeah.
somebody. If you want to turn up, if you did, you go ahead and search, you'll find it. It's something for everybody, but it is what it is. So
How
yeah.
important is creative freedom for you as an independent artist? How important is that to maintain that aspect of yourself?
That is super important. I cannot rap nothing anybody would even think about writing for me. I found that so disrespectful. When some people just contact me and they're like, "Yeah, I could write you." You can't write nothing for me, honey. Nothing. It's not gonna work. No ghostwriters, no creek. That's at the top of my list right there. Like, I'm all for constructive criticism, and if you, yeah, that's cute, but that freedom, I have to have that. That's a must.
'Cause I
Yeah.
mean, what is so I mean, not to get in your bag, but I know for me when I was out there doing stuff like that, dabbling in that, my writing process was I won't call it simple, but I won't call it complicated either. I know for me, I listen to a beat at least 5 or 6 times before I can even consider crafting anything or even putting anything together. Is that the same process for you, or is it more or less of you write and then someone fashions a beat to what you written?
Some For me personally, some of my like I have a song. Let me tell you, I sat on that verse. I wrote it no beat, and I heard the perfect beat for that song, and it just meshed, and I was like, that's it. That's it. That's one part of my process. Another one, if the producer is fire and that beat, as soon as I hear it, I'm like, God damn. Say,
Let's
oh my
go.
God. Yeah, that right there, I love that process when it comes to, but if it's something that I'm truly trying to execute, which I kind of make a habit of doing it with the majority of my music because it's just a part of my writing process, I might let that beat play 2 or 3 times and then I shut it off because now it's in my head. I'm not gonna listen to anything else. I don't want to hear any rap. I don't want to hear no music. I don't want to hear nothing until I finish writing that song. And then I'll go back just to make sure, give yourself like, let me see if I still got it. Go back, like, okay, I'm on, yeah. It's because it transfers here. It's just, and it sits there for me. I don't like a group session either. I don't want to sit down and write with 2, 3, 4 other. I want to go to the studio, spit it, get up out of there. Time is money, and I just take a lot of pride in just being able to recite. I have this thing I can say it a million times. I'm gonna remember what I write. So that's my
Yeah, that
process.
them group sessions, them group sessions used to be brutal, brother. Oh gosh.
Cool if it's like beats that we're shopping for or something like that, but just have to get together and write. I don't want that because I really want some quiet. I want some peace and quiet. I want to be able to just hear the beat. It's just me and that track.
Right. I know for me, certain beats evoke specific emotions for me. So
Mhm.
now if I feel happy, then that's what I'm gonna write is gonna reflect that. If I'm sad,
Mhm.
the beat pulls out sadness, and what I'm gonna write is gonna reflect that.
Yeah, the beat is gonna definitely play a part in telling me what that song is about as well. So it's
Right.
never, oh, I have to have this. I'm looking for this. I'm looking for that. That beat is gonna tell me as soon as I hear what that song is about.
And see, for me, it's like and this is a weird thing with me. I key out on small little things in a track.
Hmm.
Where the snares hitting, how the hi hats running,
Hmm.
um, or better yet, what the melody's running, how the melody runs. Certain
Yep.
things like that, I key in certain things like that. If it's because if it's just the melody, I'll tune everything else out. It'll just be in the melody, and I'll vibe with that melody.
One of my favorite writing techniques is to, if the producer is building the beat, not even
Oh,
nowhere near done with it. Oh my gosh. You hear it just does something. I just love that. Then it turns into something totally different. So yeah. Yeah.
because you hear the layers.
You hear the layers and you know what's in there. I like that. I like that process.
I love those when I hear those layers because So when you hear those layers, you can hear every part of it, every little.
Mhm.
You hear that piano, or you hear the hi hat, you hear the bass. You know where it's coming from because the dude's crafted it from jump. I'm like, yeah, we good with that. I could do that.
Yeah, yeah. That's I could never imagine my life without music in it.
You and me both. Cause I think even though I'm not active, like I'm not actively in it like you are, it's still a part of me, even though that part has long since passed. And to be don't get me wrong, I've written stuff
I know.
recently. I've
I,
written stuff recently, and I'm like, we gonna do that. We gonna let that ride, and then we gonna figure that out.
hmm I heard it though. I was like, what? Okay.
I was I was experimenting. I was
Well,
trying to see
good
if I
for
could
you.
still write something down.
That was nice.
I
That
appreciate that. I
I,
appreciate that. I mean, but the one that, like I said, I know it's kind of hard to get that type of love from your hotel. I mean, and I've seen this. I've seen it on at least maybe one or two posts from you. But then also when you're in these contests and then you try to get people to support and vote for you and things of that nature. And then even with that is hard.
yeah, because the people that Facebook or any social any platform, I don't have a personal relationship with these people. You know,
Right.
the majority of them I do not. And the funny thing about support and things like that, I really don't expect it from the people that know me because they can't see you in that light because they know you. You know, so it's hard for them to really see you, you know, or envision you that way because oh, that's just my sister. She just be rapping. You know, that's my homegirl. She been doing music for a long time. You know, no big deal. You know, so I don't like those type of contests where it's gonna be a popularity thing. Because if we're doing that, I'm a big loner. I do not have tons of girlfriends hanging out Saturday nights, turning up, or just I don't. My Beans is my best friend, and my mama is my best friend. You know, I don't
Right.
have all of that. Like, so some of the things that would just constitute as, oh, you need to do that. My people ain't even doing that. My best friend is in the bed at 9 o'clock. You know, she's a realtor. You know, and I only have like one. So, you know, I no. Mm-mm.
I don't like popularity contests anyway because it's like you're gonna roll with the person that resonates with it's you're gonna vote for somebody that resonates with you anyway.
Right.
And if it's somebody that's on that side of the fence, then you gonna roll with it. That's who you gonna roll with.
Yeah.
Me
And
personally, I go off if I'm gonna vote for somebody in those types of competitions, or I won't call them competitions, but those types of events, I'm gonna go off for number one reputation. If I've heard their music, and I know what they stand for when they write or when they produce some stuff, or if they put a video out, going off reputation, number one. Number two, I'm going off skills. If I've heard this person and I know they got wordplay and I know they can flip a rhyme, I'm running with that person. I'm not going off, okay, well, you got some colorful metaphors, but you talk about you sexualize yourself all the time. I don't roll with that type of stuff. That's why I think that's why I don't watch or listen to that type of music now.
yeah.
Cause I'm like, and on top of that, I'm 51 years old. Why I gotta listen to that stuff? Why I gotta listen to that stuff right now? I mean, and I don't and listen, y'all. I'm not saying this to be disrespectful of any younger artist that's out here doing what they do. I'm not. Please believe that I'm not being disrespectful. But what I am saying is that you can learn a lesson from listening to guys like Method Man, Redman.
Mhm.
You can learn lessons from how they throw rhymes and how they flip rhymes and metaphors. You can learn something about listening to Busta Rhymes. You can learn something about listening to Ti or better yet Andre 3000 or Big Boy.
He gonna bring out the flute and it's done.
Look. Man,
But they missed the whole point with that. It's like he went back to the love frequency.
yeah,
That changed years ago. And that's when music just really, just started going haywire,
yeah.
so
I tell people, take me back to Outkast and 8 Ball and MJG.
yeah. Oh, I love me some 8 Ball and MJG. I was that girl. Like I listened to Scarface, 8 Ball,
Ooh,
MJG, Fifth Ward Boys, Ghetto Boys, Pac and
man.
Q. I listened to Rakim. Oh my gosh, we had some of the greats.
So you just named a lot of folks that probably a lot of guys, a lot of male rappers that influenced you.
Oh yeah, even Dana Dane. Storytelling, immaculate
Slick
storytelling.
Rick,
Slick Rick. Yeah. I just, it's a lot.
man. That's why for me, tell me a story.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, the greatest storytellers were Slick Rick, Tupac, uh, Day to Day.
Mm-hmm.
Those were to me though, and Biggie. Those are the greatest storytellers to me.
Mm-hmm. 8 Ball and them, he paint a
Man,
picture
look,
right there.
let me tell you something. When I heard when Coming Out Hard popped out, when I heard it
Uh,
the first time, I was like, "Yep, I'm sold.
yeah,
I'm sold.
I was done. I was
I'm
done.
sold." And then been
Then
a
you got
fan ever since.
UGK,
Oh
it's just,
yeah, Underground Keys,
yeah,
man,
cannot, cannot forget that. She is about to,
man. Look here, Pip C, but man, look here. Those guys get those guys get study airplay in my phone.
oh yeah,
What you listen to, UGK? What song you listen to? Pocket Full of Stones.
yeah. Emeritus was one of my favorite albums by Scarface. That was
Yes.
a very, very good album.
You know
Yeah.
what? I think um his self-titled one was the one that I liked the best.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of good influences, but that's what those were most of my influences when it came to
Right.
me.
Now, I guess I could ask you who did you look to as far as female influences? Um
I
where
mean, we had Salt and Pepper, Yo Yo, MC Light, MC, what Mia X. These were female
oh
artists. I liked Eve. I liked Foxy. I liked the Lil Kim.
yeah.
Yeah, Lil Kim. It was a lot of different females that I was hearing, and then I heard Rod Digger. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, now that's so that it. But the very first female artist that I fell in love with was JJ Fad because because of
Ah
that it was fast rapping, and I was a flipper, so I was like, okay. But then when it just, we just all started just emerging, I was like, oh my God, I was like, this is cool. And then of course Rod Digger, she was dope, you know.
man.
Yeah, yeah,
She her but now Mia X and Rod Digger to me, they were so underrated.
yeah. Mia X, Rod Digger. Oh, Mia X was killing me. She was killing everybody. The biggest Mama Mia. Yeah.
Man, Unladylike, there wasn't a bad song on that whole CD.
No. Mm-mm. And even with Lil Kim, like she had this sauceless flavor about her. Foxy was more of your. She was, these are it's some B girls. This New York. They,
Yeah.
they got the furs, they got niggas. It was just real good balance to it.
Yep.
Now you can line all these ladies up, turn them around. You ain't gonna know who's who because they all look the same. It all sounds the same. All the music has the same. It's like how much pussy can we sell on track? It's like it ain't these hoes. Like it ain't gonna. Oh my god. It's. But hey, to
What
try to not be the one that's like, oh, you just mad. You just like, no, I just would.
not bad.
I'm not mad at all. I'm
Just
not.
staying in my lane.
Yeah, I mean, I do what I do, because I do have raunchy music. I do, but like I say, the lyricism, it would allow you to be able to say something a million times over without ever having to degrade yourself. He can say it in such a way to where he can't do nothing but follow suit.
Man, there you go.
He's like,
There you
God,
go.
she just like, yeah, you know,
Speaking of that, since
yeah.
since we talking about that, man, look, so I'm a y'all in for a treat right now, man, because my sister finna give y'all a live performance of her song "Suffer for Me." And before we get into this, man, before we get to this live performance, I want you to tell everybody the reason, what was the what influenced you, or what pressed you to write this particular song?
Well, suffer for me. First, it was the beat. So as soon as I heard the track Shadow Black, he cut up with this one. I was like, oh my goodness, it gave me that so amazing vibe. The song I did so amazing. It was just one of them tracks where I'm just like, I love y'all. I do. I love my brothers, and I just feel like it could be very refreshing and just like replenish faith within the fact that we out here and there are some of us that are listening and we hear y'all. So when I did this song, it was actually very truthful. The first part was very much so about a very dear friend that I had. And that was my partner. And I love me some Lamont. And we would blaze every day. We would blaze it up and
Right.
we throwing the music around, we freestyle, we making music and everything. One like just to say on a Friday, we do our usual routine. We gonna smoke up the city. And I leave and then I come back, let's say like Monday. And I get back over there and his mom was like, baby, I don't know who he got with. Slipped something on him. That man never returned back to his normal self. Never. I saw him years later. I wouldn't even know who he was. But he remembered who I was at this point because he would go in and out. And that just really stuck with me for a very, very long time. So just like I told you guys when I was doing, when I wrote So Amazing, y'all have enough female artists out here telling you ain't shit. If all the baby daddies,
Mhm.
it's just nothing that speaks to the brothers anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or just to let y'all know that say somebody out here do understand. Because also there's a flip side to that song, where say some ladies may not want to admit it. I've been that toxic one. I've been that hell on wheels. I've been that ain't no letting up. Yeah, I've been her. You know what I'm saying? I know how to be her. Very capable of being her, especially if you out here and you playing a game.
Right.
Where it ain't no loss in the relationship. He playing females, you playing niggas. You find out he playing you, so now you playing him. It ain't no loss in nothing like that. It's gonna be some toxicity with that.
Right.
But it's just how it's just an overall story to where it just all boils down to where I just want the brothers to know somebody that looks like their mother, or that could be their daughter, or who could be their sister, or their best friend. It's still some women out here that's like, damn, say, I love y'all, and I hear you. I just put it in a place in a way to where I wanted the audience to be able to sit there and hear it and envision it. And if you be honest with yourself, I've had some people hit me up and be like, say, I've been that dude. I'm still that dude. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. It's all right if you are. Just know that say it's somebody out here that love you, that's rooting for you. And I ain't
What
got no problem putting that in my music.
when I hear when I hear the song, and I'm just gonna be honest, it speaks to, like you said, a lot of our experiences. We go in and we go out. We go in and go out through the revolving door of the system.
Yeah.
Get to a point to where, because we've been exposed to that revolving door, we can't get a job. And we gotta go. We revert to going back on the block. And
Mhm.
that's the only thing that keeps the money flowing, especially when it comes to someone that's with us. And like I said, one of the verses you said, what you said, I'm like, damn, just left it when the money stopped. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. He love me
that,
then, he love me not. I get
yeah.
down
I'm
on
like,
them hard when the money stop.
yep.
Yeah.
I'm like, and
And
it's
a
being
lot of them would not confess to that part of the song. You know, they're like, I can't sing that part. You know, I'm not gonna sing them lyrics. But it happens. I'm
yeah.
woman enough to be able to admit that I've been her. Like, huh? Oh, baby.
No
Oh,
money.
yeah. They did that tightness get there, then it's just like, I don't like this. I don't
Uh-uh.
like this at all. You know, it's
Yes,
just, yeah,
it speaks to the plight of who we are, but it also talks a lot. And I think, but I also hear the concern, but also the love in your voice when you talk, because you're not coming down on you're not it's not coming down on us. It's just you're speaking about it from your point of view, from how
mm,
you see it,
yeah,
and then it kind of it translates back to how we see it. Because again, you as a woman, you see things from a different point of view than how we see it as a man.
yeah,
Because you can see it from this angle while we're still stuck over here on this angle, which, and I think that, and it speaks about, and also I think one of the underlying things that I see, that I sense when I heard that song is that there has to be some form of camaraderie or communication or togetherness when we embark on these types of things, these types of relationships, or these types of um, interpersonal relationships, whether it's a friendship or a serious relationship. You have to be able to care about that person and not put that person down because they go through hard times.
right.
And that's one of the things I picked. One of the underlying, one of the overarching things I picked up on. I don't think people will pick up on that when they listen to it initially. It took me a couple of times to listen to it first. Listen
Mm,
to it to say, like, okay, I hear this, I hear that. Okay, here's that underlying overarching thing that it really speaks to.
right. Yeah,
And
because just I tell them, I say, just listen to it. You know,
yeah,
just listen to it. And then the response that I was getting the feedback from men. So they would hit me up and they be like, man, that song right there. Oh my God, I've been him. Then I had one dude like, I'm still him. You know, I've been both of them. You know,
uh-huh.
okay though. It's okay
You
if
have,
you, because underneath all of that, there's like, you know, it was a relationship that I had, and I had to really come to grips with the fact that he wouldn't know to get the door. It's no shade, and it's no, you know, it's not like talking about, you know, his mother, but I really don't think he's seen a man get the door for her.
right.
So how would he know? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that he probably didn't love me. According to his definition of what love was, he probably assumed that he did. You know,
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
according to his definition. You know, so
Right.
I'm one of them because I like to peel back layers to get to the whys and
Oh yeah, you peel back a bunch of them. I'm like, oh, I said she went analytical on on everybody. Y'all
yeah,
don't know this, but when y'all listen to this song, I promise you, there's there's a outside of the words and all and the lyrics and the verbs and the pad and the punchy lines and stuff like that. I promise you, there's a considerable amount of care and thought in this. So I can I'm I can tell y'all, but y'all gotta listen to the song. The song speaks for itself. So without further delay, I'm gonna move myself to the side and I'm gonna let my sis perform this song live for y'all, man. Look, perform it live. TrailBlazerz Radio first, right here, y'all. Suffer
yeah,
for Me by my sis Hershe Da Lyricist. Let's go.
yeah.
Playing from laptop 93
Y'all gotta
GSL
forgive
250.
Alexa. She be doing a thing.
She do the most.
She gotta be a part of every door thing, don't she?
Exactly. She do the
Let me,
most.
let me say something. Yeah. Okay, you guys. It's for my brothers. It's gotten rougher. Man. But you know I love you.
Mm.
Yeah. Is we riding the nine? Is we smoking on that ooh la la? I pulled up on the homie and that's when he stuck his head in the car and said, sis, you got some change I can borrow. But now I'm filled with sorrow cause I could barely recognize him. This ain't the effects of 10 in the pen. His mama died. The only one stood by his side through many penitentiaries. He's the black sheep and I casted by his whole family. All he ever had was the love of his mother. Feeling guilty like he could do more for his sisters and brothers. But ain't no other step into the place, so he just carried the weight. Began to blame his mama, thought she pushed his daddy away. So he strayed and became the prodigal son. Mama constantly prayed, he didn't come back like one. She said, the Lord ain't done, baby, we gon' get out the projects. But it never happened, felt like prison, he's a convict, man. It's a cold world. My God.
Woo.
Man. Check this out. He loved me and then he loved me not. I came down on him hard when the money stopped. We was doing good till baby got popped. 5-0 at the door, now he back on lock, yeah. I held it down till he made it back. But we ain't getting nowhere with these 50 packs. I told him, get yourself a job, he ain't hearing that. Now he hanging with Rob, I ain't feeling that. I'm looking for him, found him in the trap. Hanging on the corner, hand on his strap. Smoking marijuana while they shooting craps. Jump out boys, pull up on him, got him running laps. Thought he could dodge him till he made it home. Caught up with him trying to call me from a cell phone. Nobody can, just a policeman with a happy trigger. And to them, my baby's just another dead nigga. It's a cold world. My God, man. But you know I love you, right? Man, hold up.
Woo, boy.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all something. Beneath all those words, there's look. To craft a song like that and for it to have a meaning like that, yeah, that's for me, that's amazing. That's very amazing. That's why that song stays on repeat on my phone. When I'm exercising, when I'm boxing, it's a look.
Yeah.
That's on my play. That's in my workout playlist.
Yeah, that's one of that one there. You know, because I have a father.
Yep.
I have brothers. I have sons, a grandson. You know, and then sometimes those relationships with some people. You know, some of the things that me and my dad have been through. Some people are like, how do you even talk to your dad? How do you even because he's my dad? And I've had a front row seat because we forget sometimes that even as parents, we think that they're supposed to have it all together. And we totally forget that they're still healing from things that, you know, they trying to deal with us and they haven't even finished healing yet. So I think that that's a lot of the things that come along with just for Black men, you know, in general. So I don't want to be the one that's just, you know, causing the agony or nothing like that. I just think that it just needs to be heard to where it just be like, hey, you know, I love you though. You know.
But we gotta talk about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think what this song right here spoke. Well, I think this song. Well, I won't even say think. I know this song will spark uncomfortable conversations. It has to, because there has to be a way that we as Black men and Black women, we have to find some way to coexist with one another, or find some way to get along with each other. I mean, and I've said this on more than one occasion. The divide between us is way bigger than the Grand Canyon, and the only way that we're going to be able to heal that divide, or at least come close to being closer together, is we got to sit down and talk.
And see,
we got to have a dialogue.
That agenda has to stay that way, because imagine if and not to just say that it's just our job to just, you know, pick the Black man up and just try, but just forget about all of that. You know, just imagine if more women spoke that way, you know, to their sons. Hey, I'm one of the most transparent people that you're going to meet. Whether I want you to know or not, if I want you to know, we're going to talk about it. Man, my son hurt my feelings one day. Like, yeah. Because I'm like, why you don't date a dark-skinned woman? And he was like, ain't they no dark-skinned woman? He's like, y'all mean as hell. You mean, Mom? He's like, there's no way. And you just really do not understand how these certain things can be, you know, influence who they date. what they look for in a woman, certain things like that. Like he'll look for a woman whose home is clean and pristine because my home is like that. But it's just like
Right.
other little things. Even if we're making decisions as mothers or women, and hell no, it might not have been the best one, but at that time that was the best decision that you could make, so you did the best that you could do. Kids don't see that though. You
Right.
know, they don't really see that. They don't understand that. It's just like in the song where he tried to blame his mama because she thought she was pushing the daddy away, not knowing that she done told daddy a million times, don't show up here high. So when he's looking as a little dude, he's down here. All he can
Right.
see his mama doing is get your ass the fuck away from here. Because
Yep.
when she go outside that door, she's like, why the hell would you come here high to see your son? Come back when you sober. Little kids don't see that though. Now, a
Nope.
lot of times that's not the case. She just bitter and you to moved on and she don't want you to see the kid. We talking about outside of that. It's a moment
Right.
where it's just a little boy just standing there looking, and all he can see is you doing this, not knowing that she just wants him to come there and be the best representative of himself that he can possibly be, because that's gonna influence you. Not really thinking in the back of your head, kids could care less about that. They don't care if their daddy got a dime, they don't care if he ain't got shit. They love their dad, they want to see him regardless.
Mm-hmm.
She's not knowing,
Exactly.
she's thinking that she's making the best one. But the baby is taking it another way, so that's why I threw key things off in there like that, because that influences relationships. It does something, especially to our little black boys.
Yeah.
You know.
Especially that when you talk about in your first verse about when the person that you knew
Yeah.
did time.
I didn't know it was. And then when you just take that story and you mend it with another one, like the mama, she said, baby, we gonna get out the projects. But it never happened. It felt like prison, because what you got? You got the police. They know police. They don't come in there and protect and serve us. They come in there and police us. But it never happened. It felt like prison. He's a convict. He ain't even went to prison yet.
Nope.
You know, didn't have to go, but he's already living in one.
Yeah. A prisoner of a fucked up system, a crazy system
Yeah.
that's always gonna put a black man out to pasture. It doesn't matter whether he's wrong or he's right. It's always gonna be put out to pasture.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And for me, like for a guy, for someone like me who tries to speak more toward the positive side of that. I mean, of course, there's two sides to every coin. We all know that. There's a heads and there's a tails.
Of course.
But if the one thing I will say is, if we don't address the tails, we'll never get to the heads.
Mm-mm.
You got to address it on the back end if you want to get to it. You want to heal on the front end.
Yeah.
Because
It's,
people don't see that. They don't.
I
I mean,
think
I'll go ahead. I'm
that's
sorry.
the biggest lie that's being told and pushed right now, is that we don't need each other. Because just imagine if we just did the total opposite and just
Yep.
gave just a little more. That don't mean you got to put up with the fuck shit and you got to just accept any darn thing. That's not what it means. But
No.
in certain, just know that we do need you guys. I think that needs to just be heard.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And like, I want to tell y'all this too, man. This lady right here, she's also an author, man. She's got a book out that's called Rolling Stone. Boy.
Good.
Boy.
Yes.
I'm gonna
It is.
tell y'all right now. If y'all don't get this damn book, I swear.
Oh, it's good. It's
What
on
I tell
Amazon. I
what
don't
I tell
care if they drop the price to zero. Just get the book, because
the
I want you to. Oh,
the
I
book is
love.
beyond good.
Oh, and that is just grabbing those, just taking all these things that I've just been able to just sponge up and just absorb growing up. And my dad is such an awesome dude. I don't care what he done did, good, bad. I'm a daddy's girl, and it's just that's that thing about just watching his stories, where you have to be able to break these things down so that you can understand these people. And it's the same way with these characters in this book, because I pulled a lot from a lot of people. and a lot of it is just this truth. I mean, it's just amazing. So I'm getting ready to write the Rolling Stone 2, where I break down every character, everyone, so that everyone can understand Cora, everyone can understand James, everybody can understand all these characters, just to see that what makes that dysfunction. Just if you dig through it and you pull back a couple of layers, you see all this love just smushed off in there. Let's
What
just
I
take
tell
a little digging out.
what I tell y'all, if this book is beyond good,
Mm, I love this book.
and I can say a whole bunch of positive stuff, a lot of positive things, but beyond good is the best thing that I can think of at the moment. Y'all got to read this book for yourselves because I promise you, you won't be disappointed. And the book really does speak to something that happens with us as Black families in real time.
Hmm.
In real time, I mean, like she mentioned, she just mentioned the dysfunction that happens in our families, and it happens to us in real time.
Cause that grandmother sweet tea. Oh,
What? Lord, she a fool.
I said, you know what? I said to pull people into this book, I'm just gonna start reading chapters of it on live, and just to get the book because it's gonna be. Man, this is just the beginning. That's just the beginning. I can't wait to break these characters down.
Look, and then you were also now are you still working on a project that I contributed to a while back?
I What did I do next? I did Hershey's nail candy. I started that. I haven't done the other one yet.
Okay.
I haven't done the other one yet.
Cause now I'm gonna tell y'all that now a while back she asked me to contribute like a story to something that she was working on, and I
Well,
did.
that but it's been influential though.
Okay.
I still have those stories. I need more men.
Okay, so
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're
so
gonna
look
do
here. So I'm putting the call out right now. Look, hey, my sis needs y'all. So my sis needs y'all. She's working on a project that I personally have contributed to it. I personally think there's gonna be a game changer as far as us as men is concerned, because it's coming from it's coming from the perspective of a woman, but she's allowing us to be transparent and
yeah.
talk about how we feel about ourselves, not only how we feel about ourselves, but also how we feel about each other.
What
And
influenced you? It's what makes that you. Oh, it's just so interesting though because I'm still super excited about that, and I just need the men to just tap in. It's safe. I'm not letting other people read your stories. I just, it's just like we meet out of nowhere, and we just stand back to back, and I just allow you to just be transparent so that some women can get the understanding. Like my dad and other men that I've known, I know a few. Hey, well, what makes men cheat? Good question. Do you know you're gonna have to dig for that though? You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Because there's men aren't the only ones that cheat, but since that's where we're focusing and we want to get an understanding, do you truly want an understanding? Because
Right.
once you start digging in and peeling those layers back, and then you combine those experiences with that, then sometimes, unfortunately, you can probably down there be like, oh, or corn. You know what I'm saying? Because you can see how that division came off in it to where it's hard to trust over here, or
Yep.
it's hard to be. It's just so many. It's there are reasons behind these things. There's
Exactly.
reasoning behind it, and
Yep.
even if you don't agree with it in some kind of form, you have to dawn to be like, and that goes for people in general, where you can kind of understand, if
Right.
nothing more, not be so judgmental. Allow them to have their truth and to be able to understand why it is that way. Because there's definitely, for the cause, there's an effect.
Always. 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 Where there's a choice, there's a consequence.
Yeah, good or bad.
Exactly.
You know.
I think the one thing I try to tell folks, especially about me as a person, as a man, they look, I'm a good dude. I come with the noblest of intentions. I do at times leave bad impressions on people because of the things, because of the choices that I make. but I learned the lessons from those because those are things I try not to miss. And people are like, well, that's very transparent. I said, yeah, because that's me. I mean, and I tell folks that's the journey that I'm currently on right now. You know,
Right.
it took a while for me to get to this journey of where I currently am now to be like, okay, this is who I am. This is my life after losing a child. This is my life after divorce. This is my life after losing grandparents. This is my life right now.
Hmm.
This is life after.
Right.
And what I gotta do to get past after to now to get to healed and happy and energetic.
Right.
It's a look, brothers, look, and not to jump off something, but this is something that we all as men have to do. We got to get to that point to where we acknowledge the life after and we move from life after. Or if something happened before, we gotta talk about before and get before out of our system before we can even move to life after.
Right. You have to have a safe space in order to be able to do that. And I think a
Look,
lot of these platforms where it's just a whole bunch of, well, you're doing this wrong because you're the woman, you're not doing it, you're not doing that's not all for everybody, you know. It's
instead
really
of
not.
pointing fingers, how about we get to solutions?
Yeah. Because I hate that. That's one of my big pet peeves. It's like we constantly hear about what the problem is, but we never discuss the solution. Like, okay, what can be a solution to this? How can we figure that out? No.
What if we both got two belts, so let's work on fixing it.
Try to fix it.
Yeah, I mean,
At least get to the foundation of it, or at least be willing to just hear it out and stop thinking that, you know, yeah, superhero, that's cute, but that's not what he's for, sis. That's not what he's for. Men have emotions and feelings as well.
yeah.
They-
Ooh, you know what? You're one of a lot of you're one of very few, a very few, a very small amount of women that acknowledge that and that see that and that respect that. That's I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna say that's a rarity because it's to me it's not because you know where I see women because I have my mom, you know, we talk about this, we talk about stuff like this all the time.
yeah.
And she is she acknowledges what I feel and we talk about that and we analyze it and then we come to a conclusion. You know, my significant other right now, we talk about that stuff. We talk about things like that too. And
Mhm.
for me, it's refreshing to do that because now I have these spaces to where I can say what I need to say, what I need to say without being judged or without being kicked to the curb or thrown to the side.
Right.
And like you said, there need to be more safe spaces for us like that, man. And
It does. And we need to have more things that, can uplift in a
oh
sense.
man,
Some that's a corny thing or whatever, but no,
it's
no,
not
no, this it's really
not
sad.
corny.
Yeah,
It
this
is,
is corny. You
but
know, this is a thing that needs to be had because the division is the agenda.
always has been,
Always has. It's always been that way.
and it will
Now
continue to be that
worse.
way.
It's worse with the social media. You got all of the da, 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 da. I'm like, oh my goodness,
It's
this
so bad now. I just like I don't even know if I want to watch any of this, man.
yeah. Or you're like, I don't even want a relationship now. I'm tired. They make
Exactly.
you tired. Like that's
Yeah,
what we're doing out here. I'm good.
you get
You-
frustrated, like,
Yeah,
damn, really?
not really. Oh, okay.
But nah, man. I
But you know how you know how they say things have the roles have reversed. You know,
exactly.
like back in the day, dudes weren't claiming the kids. It was bros over hoes. It was like
Yeah, man.
money over beaches.
Yeah.
It was just one. Now it's reversed, and the dude is like, "Why have you not called me and checked on me today?" She like, it's just different. So I'm
You a
like.
dude. Why should I check on you?
Yeah, why do I gotta check on you? Not knowing he's like, well, just at least see if a brother is okay. But it's just, but that doesn't take away from, you know, the things that women, you know, let's just say both of us have work to do. You know, there's
A
work that can
lot.
be done on both sides, but when it just comes to being transparent, loving, and just understanding, or just taking yourself out of the scenario for a second, you know, I just think that it's just not, there's no balance. It's enough of, like I say, y'all ain't shit, you ain't got this, you ain't got that. And then you get some,
Yeah.
oh, she just says that because she won't. Girl,
Stop.
you can do whatever you want to do if that's the case. I have a grandson, you know, I have sons, I have a father, I got brothers, you know, I got partners that I love like brothers, you know what I'm saying? If I'm in a relationship, I have a man, you know, so yeah, it's work that we can both do on both sides.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I first of all, I enjoyed this particular conversation, but I want to play a quick game with you. I call this rapid fire. I call this rapid fire. So I'm gonna shoot.
Oh,
I'm gonna shoot three. I'm gonna shoot three questions at you, and you answer the best. You answer how you want to answer them. So the first question I want to ask you: biggest accomplishment.
my biggest accomplishment.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Got a lot to pick from, don't you?
yeah. Still being relevant in this music business. Still, my biggest accomplishment is being able to honestly say that I am doing what that little girl in the mirror said she wanted to do for the rest of her life. I get to do that for a
Hard.
living.
Gotcha. Hardest pivot.
Who?
Your hardest pivot.
Oh, oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Also, I put it to you. I put it in a different way. What moment in your life forced you to pivot?
When my daughter died.
Oof. Yeah, that's a hard pivot.
Yeah.
Put some things in perspective, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. But it's nothing I wouldn't have did. Ah, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have done without a second thought. But that right there, yeah, that was, yeah.
Greatest joy.
My greatest joy is being able to still be here in spite of that, so that they will still have a piece of their mom. I thank God that I'm here for that.
Ooh. You know what? And like I said, that post on Facebook, that post on social media was an awesome example of that.
Yeah.
To see him jump out the bed with a smile on his face.
Yeah, because what if, oh God, thank God I'm here. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see. I see you. I see you. I'll be paying attention. I see you.
Yeah.
Now,
Thank God.
one question that I always ask everybody when they come on this platform, we all know that life is a race. I consider it a marathon. We all have stages of that marathon. The beginning stage where we come out and we're beginning to run, we're beginning to get our pace. The middle stage is where we're at that pace and we're going strong. And then you're at that end phase or the finish, to where the finish line is at hand and you see it, but you're still running at that strong pace and you're not letting up and you're not slowing down. Take a look at your life in its totality. The 20 plus years you've been in this game, in this music thing, plus all the experiences that you've had up to now. What part of your marathon are you in? Are you in the beginning, at the middle, or are you working strong towards your finish?
Oh shit. I would say working hard towards my finish. Yeah.
Gotcha. And I think I kind of understand where that's coming from, where that's coming from. Now, and you can correct me if I'm wrong with that. I think you see that, there's only so many more years that you think you could contribute to the music thing. And you also see that you want to be able to make sure that your grandkids grow up and have the type of have a wonderful life. You can
Mm-hmm.
correct me if I'm wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm at the point where don't get scared of nobody. I don't mean I'm dying tomorrow. That ain't it. But I'm in that phase of I like it because I get to look back on those other chapters, like the beginning and the middle.
Right.
And right here, yeah, and I'm loving it because I'm just I'm just being transparent and just allowing people to just experience all of the gifts that I do have. The books, the music. Watching my daughter go into that, it's just like, please hurry up so I can retire. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. You know, I want to be the grandmother that goes on tour, carries the baby. No, I'm not rapping no more, because I've done this so long, but I would never leave music. It's just that I'm in that chapter because now I'm gaining knowledge on things that I wasn't privy to years ago, where I wasn't worried about, money and the banking and all of this here stuff and co-op and and crowdfunding and all of that stuff.
Right.
And I have these other things that that's going to allow me to really just capitalize on every piece of me that I just know, all the talents that God gave me. I'll be able to
Got you.
utilize them all. So I'm cool in
Got
this
you.
chapter right here.
I hear you on that one. I hear you on that one. Because I think, and even with me, I think when you get to a point to where you know that you're not gonna be doing a specific thing for very much longer. It's not because you don't want to. Is that you've had your fun. You had your fun. It was a great ride. You're proud. You're proud. And I'm proud of my longevity in that thing. But I know for me, for certain things, it's time to kind of just step aside.
Yeah,
Let
like the
let
music.
everybody else do it. Let the youngest handle it.
I mean, with the music, now see that's the problem with me because I'll say in a minute, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'll never leave music alone. If I'm not
Right.
performing, I most likely will be writing music or I'll always be involved in that way. So I guess when I say like final part, it's just because this final part it has a whole lot of chapters that goes with it.
Right.
So just seeing my daughter, uh, just that right there would be beautiful. That works for me as far as like where I can say, yeah, made it, done, we good, you know, or something. But I would never leave music alone in that aspect. I'll never leave creativity alone, right? Writing books or you know,
Got you.
doing the nail brand and things like that, and trying to expand upon the things that he wants to do. So it's just so many.
Got you.
That's the beautiful part right there. It's so many.
Got you.
Yeah, music is just my love language. That's just my way to convey the message that I want to make.
Oh, look at him. I love that. I love that. So you see where you are. You just now I think for you you're just preparing yourself for that. So
Yeah,
it's not so when it happens, it's not sudden.
right. Or it'll be in the way that I want to be able to do it. What my final goal was intended to be. But like, okay, now I'm where this is what I want to do. I just want to write and go.
Tony Wayne came in and said, "Glad I tuned in to see this. Hershey and I have things in common with the music process and the love that comes with it. Much respect to you, Hershey."
All
Slash.
right, thank you, Tony Wade.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my brother from another mother, man. So I'm gonna give you this chance right here to just give yourself a shameless plug. Let everybody know who you are. Let them know where they can find you at. Let them know where they can find your music at. So you got it. Go ahead.
I am Hershe Da Lyricist. That is correct. DA Lyricist. You can find me on IG under Hershe Da Lyricist. TikTok, Hershe_Da_underscore lyricist. Threes, wherever else everybody is or whatever. Yeah. You can find me under Hershe Da Lyricist. My music is available on all streaming platforms. That goes for your Apple, that goes for YouTube, wherever you get your music from, Spotify, Amazon, doesn't matter. Put in Hershe Da Lyricist and rock out with me. And that's where you can find me. My book, Rolling Stone, is available on Amazon under Hershe Stepherson. Go get you a copy. Ladies, you love press on nails? Hershey's nail candy. I do that too. I'm everywhere. Yes.
Look here, y'all. So if you love nails, go check out, man. She got go check out. You see the nails on her fingers, right? Them
Yeah.
them things are shining like diamonds. And also, like I said, she's a multi-talented person. Nails, books, music. Look,
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, it's for me. For me, this is it's to be with someone that's that's a kindred spirit, like the kindred spirit, someone who has a past passion for what they do, but also wants to put out and wants not I won't say wants to, but is putting out a message for people to understand and for people to gravitate towards. That takes time, it takes effort, but it also takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for that, because sometimes our messages aren't always readily heard because people block it out because there are other things that get in the way. But when you listen, but I'm telling y'all, do be a solid. Check out our music on all streaming platforms. Most definitely check out Suffer for Me, because the the underlying messages that are within this song are powerful. And if you gotta listen to it 3 or 4 times, that's cool. But make sure you listen to it and catch the message behind it, because it ain't what you think it's not what you think it is.
Mm.
If you listen to the lyrics, it ain't what you think it is.
Yeah. It's a
But
good one.
most definitely check her out on all social media platforms. First of all, this is a beautiful human being, y'all. This is one of the people that I steadfastly and staunchly support,
Yes.
irrespective of what they got going on. Even if it's something that she's doing in her town, I know I can't be there, but
But you support.
I can most definitely put out a like or a care or a love or show some support by dropping a comment.
Yes, and I appreciate that. I'm one of those. I don't care if it's one or two people. I'll be like, oh, yeah. Because I know
Look,
that you didn't have to give me your time. You didn't have to take out your time to listen
nope.
to me or to do any of that. And that's the one thing that you can give and you don't get back. So I appreciate anyone that gets the books, that follows the music, listens to the music. I adore it.
Yeah.
That's why I make the music for you guys. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Real TJ. What's going on, TJ? What's up, Freddie? Who's this cute chocolate woman you got up here? Keep up. He go hang out. That's my brother TJ, man. I
I they tell
I
them
be
go.
rocking out with him. I be rocking out with him on his YouTube platform, man. I be
Mm,
rocking out with him. We try to support each other all the time.
there's nothing wrong with it.
Yep. And then my brother Tony Wade said, "I am you definitely a new fan."
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. So I make good music for the black. And it's so amazing. I made that for y'all. Suffer for me. I made that for y'all.
Look
Let
here,
me tell you, I made that for y'all. And something in the oven.
made that for us.
Yeah, I made that for y'all. They say they don't cook and they don't clean. Those are lies. I do. Let me make something for
Oh,
yeah.
something in the oven.
Yeah.
Tell
Go
you.
watch the video.
Look, go watch the video, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all, go watch the video. Go watch the video.
Go
I
watch
tell
the
you,
video.
I'm telling you, it's when I tell you this young lady, I'm calling her young lady because we ain't about we close to the same age, but
Yeah.
I would still call her a young lady because when I tell you the music that this young lady puts out is on point, is on point, and the collaborations that she had with other artists, man.
Oh yeah.
Look,
The collaborations have been beautiful. Collaborations
man, the
do
one
with
you did with
me.
Facebook, man. I love that. That's
Wood, Face Me.
yes,
Yeah.
that
I
right
have
there
one
is
that's
off
coming
the
out
chain.
with Mr. Five Taylor. And that one is
Oh,
tonight. That's a hot one. I did a feature with Cliche on Bet She Can't. Those have been my features this year. It's been dope.
look. So let's see. Before we close this thing out, what is next for you down the line as we get closer and closer to this year being closing out? What's next for you? What's next up for you next year? What's next? What you got going this month, and what you got that's going to carry over into next year?
Well, tomorrow there will be an event in Houston, Texas for art, the artist respecting communities. We are doing the toys, the socks, donations. I will be performing at that. I was nominated for Female Artist of the Year and Best Duo
Woo!
Group. That award show is tomorrow. Um, have that next year. Rolling Stone Part 2. We're gonna start
Oh man,
4. Yeah, that's we gonna yeah, I'm digging in. So that will be coming out, expanding the nail business line and just steadily making good music. Yeah.
that's
Steadily
what's
making
up.
good
That's
music.
what's up, y'all. Make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all tap in with her
Please.
because I mean, she got some stuff. She got some things going on, and y'all really need to be involved with, or at least, or to the very least, get on the ground floor with.
Yeah, I mean, and like I say, follow me on Instagram, Hershe Da Lyricist. Come get to know me personally. And yeah, just come on. Come get y'all some of this good music and this good southern loving.
Yeah, cause
Yeah.
she be having some funny ass reels on Facebook, boy. God,
That's my TikTok. Now that's
yeah, she
her.
be having some funny, she be having some funny ass
Underscore.
reels. She be having some funny ass TikToks, yo. I
Oh yeah,
promise you.
TikTok. Yeah,
I'm like,
I'm
what?
trying.
I'll be over here. I'll be over here dying.
Yeah, because if I have my way, it'll be acting next year. Yeah,
Oh snap! Watch out, y'all.
I want to get into the. Want to get on the screen. I want to get into these movies, these roles. Tyler Perry, holla at me.
Well,
Come on,
y'all heard that right? Tyler Perry, y'all, you need to get at it for real though,
come on,
bro.
come on, holla at me. Let's
Or
get it
better
poppin'.
yet, anybody,
Yeah, cop.
publicist, any acting, publicist, acting agents. Look here, y'all get at her, man. Check out on TikTok because she be doing some funny ass reels.
Yeah,
But
TikTok. That's one of those. That's the way I can just go and just be.
be, be you, let that
Yeah,
hair
I
down.
don't even bother doing. Even though my music is on TikTok, I don't even bother with all that promoting over there. That's another. That's a totally different entity over there for me.
There you
So
go. That's what's up. That's what's up. Well,
yeah,
sis, I have enjoyed you, man. I enjoyed this conversation with you as always. It's always a dope conversation with you, man. And
cool.
look, like I said the first time you came on, you know, this your home now. If you want to come in, just let me know. I got
Yeah,
I, let
better
me know.
believe.
I make sure I got a cold bottle of wine for you. Just kick your feet back and just come on in, and we'll tell you you always have an open door here for over here.
Thank you, and I appreciate y'all having me. It has been a blast. It really has, like it always is, and I appreciate all the support. Cause you, yeah, you know, you people are. That's another thing about this. I can see it organically. So
That's it. That's what's up,
I
man. So look here, y'all. That's gonna end this episode of Trailblazer with your host, me, Frederick Beatty. But yo, tune in tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow where LHG Critical Conversations is in the building. And also come Monday. I will be on. I will be on. Man, the inaugural episode of Man Cave Conversations. The question is, brothers, what are we standing on? And yes, I got some friends with me, and we're gonna talk about this thing. And also make sure you guys tune in for the girl chat weekly on Tuesdays. And look, we got some great stuff going down, man. Look, we got Behind the Eye of Kai, T Wade to the point, Sofa Chats with T and K, Critical Conversations, Girl Chat Weekly, the inaugural episode of Man Cave Conversations, and then to check in with me. Look here, we got some great things going on. So make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms, and make sure you check out our YouTube channel, man. If you like if you take a look at what we got going on and it resonates with you, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification to be notified when we come on the air, man. Because what we do in front of this microphone and what we do in front of this camera, it may look easy, but it ain't easy. Especially when we talk to guests and when they're being transparent, or we're in front of this camera by ourselves and we're being transparent and having a monologue or a dialogue with you guys. So this stuff ain't easy, and I guarantee you,
Now
when
connected
I
to
do it,
Top 93
we leave. I leave everything on the table, y'all. But we go get up out of here, man. I'm gonna take y'all home with a quick song. I love y'all to life. I love y'all to live, man. Live life on purpose. Live every day as if it was your last day. And the three things I always say when I get up when I get up out of here, man. First of all, love on each other. Two, take care of each other. Three, we all know it's a crazy ass world out here, man. So please, 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 please be safe out here. No matter where you go, please be safe out here, man. I love you all to life. It's been a blast. It's been a blast. See y'all on the next one. Deuces.